Okay, hey, welcome to watching me work. Here's a brief description of the fun working part of the deal. You may or may not like the final product that I'm sending, but by watching a few moments of the video, you're going to know for sure that what I'm sending you is a hand-done, one-of-a-kind original piece. I mean, my goodness, I checked out the link that you sent me as a description for the style you wanted, and I almost fell over. What that person is selling is a print. I was thinking that would be the way to go, right? I mean, I could scan an original, and then I could alter the little diamonds in Photoshop or something, so I could offer the option of different colors and then run some copies and sell different size prints. I never thought of that, and for the regular price of $25, I'd be making a killing. You mentioned you wanted something special for the paper if possible. I'm not sure what it is you had in mind, but I dug up a piece of Archer's 250 gram cream colored heavy duty acid free poster paper. The paper is probably going to outlast the fastness of the ink. Unfortunately, as I started the letter, I found out that there was more than a little normal tooth to the paper, and the lettering isn't as crisp as I had wanted, but you'll see that when you get the product. Watching someone do this is boring, so I'm going to speed up this a little bit sometimes during certain parts. Now that I had a section marked off in the center of the poster board that I could work with, I held two pencils together to form the initial G, and I outlined it in black microline, and we'll fill it in with color later. Normally I would use a 4mm base height for the minuscule and a 6mm gap between the lines. So what you see me doing here is marking off 1 centimeter segments, or 10 millimeters. After I do that, I move the ruler up 4 millimeters, and then I do it all again. I use a regular mechanical pencil to draw the lines. I'll erase them later with a magic rub eraser. Since I already had an idea of the style of lettering I wanted to use, I now turned the paper 90 degrees and drew my main angle lines. Then I evenly spaced lines vertically so I would have a vertical angle guide as well. I don't need to show you all this because it's boring and tedious. Here I am mapping out a chunk in the middle. I was shooting for an 8.5 by 11 piece or a section in the middle of the poster. I had decided to use a Schaefer fountain pen, red barrel with a fine nib, and a fresh cartridge of black ink. Now comes the actual calligraphy. I decided to try and mimic the online reproduction that I saw by placing small diamonds throughout the piece, like the one you showed me in the link. Not sure if that's what I would do again, but it's too late now. This is also boring to watch. Once you've seen a couple of words written down, then it's almost as exciting as watching grass grows until it's done. I'm doing this on a dining room table instead of my work table upstairs just because there are no kids around today. No distractions. One of the worst things that can happen is getting all mocked up and 99% written out, and then you lose concentration and omit a word or don't spell it correctly, and then you're back to square one. Between me and you, it's one of the reasons why I prefer just to do Fiverr Bible verses instead of a longer piece like this, because if I mess up on a verse, then the most I have to do is redo about 20 words or so. But if I mess up on the last line of a big piece, I've lost a lot of time and a lot of work, and it becomes pretty frustrating. As you can see, I misjudged the amount of letters that would fit on the line. The lettering still falls into lines that are about 8.5 inches long, but I had to add a couple of lines on the bottom so I had enough room for the whole thing. Now it's time to add the top letters. I decided gold gouache for the big G, and all along I was thinking blue or green for the little diamonds. Instead, since I was doing this around Valentine's Day, I settled on cadmium red. Okay, the main part is done. I'm sending you the whole thing. I apologize if you went ahead and purchased an 8.5 by 11 frame, because that's what we talked about. This is going to be slightly larger, and what I did is you can see a 1-foot ruler laid across down for reference size. The good thing about it is that you have a lot of space around the actual lettering, so you can cut it down to any size that you want. Put a couple of pieces of red poster board, which is all I had right now, to show what it might look like if it was cut down. And when I cut the poster board into strips and laid them down, you have a general idea of what it might look like in a matted frame. I let it dry, and in the morning I erase the pencil lines as carefully as I can. It's difficult to completely erase all the pencil marks, and if you have a sharp eye, you'll still be able to pick some of them up. So now, for the business end of the deal. To me, this is a Fiverr. If you like the final product and would like to leave an extra in it, well, it's always appreciated, but it's up to you. Now, the next step is to take this to the post office and send it off. Oh, and one more thing. Since I'm relatively new to Fiverr, it would really help if you could show me some love with some positive feedback. And then just shoot me some more business and tell all your friends. And I appreciate the business. Let me know if I can help you again. Thanks, and have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you enjoy the piece.